In this video, we're going to go over how to find the convergence of the endpoints. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start by finding your radius of convergence like we did last week. So we're going to start with ratio test. So we're going to do x to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 times n over x to the n. So we're going to cancel out our x's. So we're going to have x to the first, and then we can't cancel out any of our n's. So we're going to keep this separate, and then we're going to have the limit as n goes to infinity of n over n plus 1. Okay, so clearly this limit is going to equal 1. So remember, when it's a number, our ROC is going to equal 1 divided by that number. So our ROC here is going to be 1. Okay. Our second thing we have to find then is where is our series centered at. So our series here is centered at 0. Okay, and we tell that by looking at what's with the x in the parentheses. So since it's just an x by itself, okay, we are centered at 0. Okay, so then we're going to find the range of our series, right? So since we're centered at 0 and our radius of convergence equals 1, we would be going from 0 plus or minus 1. So our interval is going to go from -1 to +1. So we've got to determine now what is happening at each of those endpoints. Okay, so what we do is we plug in these values. Okay, so we're going to plug in for x each endpoint. So we're going to do that separately. Okay, so I'm going to use a different color here. I'm going to switch to purple. Okay, so I'm going to start with the rightmost endpoint. So I'm going to plug in 1 for x. So I'm going to plug in 1 to the n all over n. So I'm literally replacing this x right here with the number. Okay, so 1 to the n over n. So that series is the harmonic series. Okay, 1 over n. Okay, the harmonic series diverges. So since it diverges, we will put a parentheses around that endpoint. Okay. Then we're going to switch colors here again. I'm going to use pink this time. Now we're going to plug in -1. Okay, so we're going to have -1 to the n over n, and we're going to check that series. Okay, so when we plug this in, it now becomes the alternating harmonic. Hopefully this is just one that you have memorized, okay, and you know what this guy does. Okay, but the alternating harmonic, we know if we take the absolute value of it, right, we get back to what we just were at, which is the normal harmonic, which diverges, but as an alternating series, the limit goes to 0, and we know that the terms are decreasing, so we know that this guy is going to be conditional convergence. Okay, so this guy is going to get a bracket. So my radius of convergence, now with endpoints, is going to be from -1 with a closed bracket, +1 with a parentheses. All right, let's try another one here. Okay, so we're going to start by finding our radius of convergence just like we did on Friday. Okay, so we're going to do x plus 1 to the n plus 1 all over 2 to the n plus 1 times 2 to the n all over x plus 1 to the n. Let's cancel some stuff out. So we have this guy and this guy canceling. We're left with x plus 1. We're going to go ahead and put that in parentheses. We're going to cancel this guy, and we are left with now taking the limit as n goes to infinity of 1/2. Okay? So we know that my ROC here is going to equal 1 divided by 1/2, so it's going to equal 2. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and find our interval. So first we got to figure out where are we centered at. So this guy, if we look at our part right here, we are centered at -1. Okay, once we find where we are centered at, okay, we're going to do -1 plus or minus 2, which is our radius of convergence. Okay, so -1 minus 2 is going to be -3. -1 plus 2 is going to be +1. So we're going from -3 to +1. Okay, now we have to test both of those endpoints. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug that stuff in. So we'll start with -3. So when we plug in -3, we're going to have -1 to the n times -3 plus 1 to the n all over 2 to the n. Okay, so when we do this guy, we're going to end up with -1 to the n times -2 to the n all over 2 to the n. Okay, we can go ahead and split this guy up on top. So we can rewrite this as negative 1 to the n times negative 1 to the n times 2 to the n all over 2 to the n. Okay? These guys can cancel out. Okay? Negative 1 to the n times negative 1 to the n is going to become positive 1 to the n. Okay? And we're going to end up with just 1 to the n. So 1 to the n times 1 to the n, 1 times 1, 1, 1. We're just going to end up diverging with that guy. Okay? That is a parentheses. Let's go ahead and switch colors to plug in positive 1. Okay? So we're going to have negative 1 to the n, and then we're going to end up with 1 plus 1 to the n all over 2 to the n. So we have negative 1 to the n and then 2 to the n all over 2 to the n. Those guys clearly cancel out, and we're left with negative 1 to the n. Okay, so we're literally alternating negative 1, positive 1, negative 1, positive 1 continuously. Okay, clearly is also going to diverge. Okay, so my series here goes from negative 3 to positive 1, both of which have parentheses on the ends. Signs, which were find the integral, or find the radius of convergence, find your endpoints, and then plug your endpoints in to figure out if they converge or they diverge. All right, let's go ahead and flip our sheet here and let's try example 3. So example 3, we have, first we're finding our radius of convergence. So we're doing x to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 squared, and then n squared over x to the n. Okay, these cancel and we're left with x, and then nothing else cancels, so we're taking the limit as n goes to infinity of n squared over n plus 1 squared. Okay, we're going to get, again, 1 because we have matching powers. So my ROC here is going to equal 1. Okay, this guy is centered at 0 again, so we're going from 0 plus or minus 1, so we're going to go from negative 1 to positive 1. Okay, so this guy is a little bit different than the first one we did because now on the bottom we have an n squared. So when we do positive 1 case, we're going to have 1 over n squared. Okay, 1 to the n over n squared. Okay, this is a p series with a power bigger than 1, so this is going to converge. Okay, and when we do negative 1 to the n over n squared, when we take the absolute value of that guy, we are still at a p series that we are bigger than 1. So this guy is actually going to converge on both endpoints from negative 1 to positive 1. All right, one last example here, talking about finding f, f prime, and the integral of f. Okay, so interval of convergence for this guy. Okay, so we start same steps. First, we find the ROC. So we're going to do x to the n plus 2 over n plus 2 times n plus 1 over n plus x to the n plus 1. Okay, so when we cancel this out, okay, we would have x, and nothing else cancels, so we're taking the limit as n goes to infinity of n plus 1 over n plus 2. Okay, that's going to equal 1. Okay, so my ROC here is going to equal 1. Okay, this guy is, just like the other ones, centered at 0. Okay, so when I plug that in, we're doing 0 plus or minus 1. Okay, so we're going from negative 1 to positive 1. Okay, this one is a lot like the first example I did. When I plug in positive 1, we're getting 1 over n plus 1, and then negative 1 to the n. Okay, that negative 1 is going to stay, obviously. Okay, so we're going to end up with an alternating series, okay, that has a power of 1. It's the alternating harmonic series, so this guy is going to converge. Okay, when we plug in negative 1, okay, then we're going to end up with negative 1 to the n times negative 1 to the n plus 1, okay, which is going to then be all over n plus 1. And that's going to give us negative 1 times negative 1 is going to give us negative 1 to the 2n, which is going to give us positive 1. So this is going to end up getting rid of the alternator. Okay, and then we're just going to end up with the harmonic, which is going to diverge. Okay, so my normal series will end up with an answer of negative 1 parentheses, positive 1, bracket. Now, the cool thing about when you do the integral and the derivative, okay, I'll start by doing f prime of x. Okay, the interval is the same. All we have to do is test the endpoints. Okay, so we're starting with this series, negative 1 to the x to the n plus 1 all over n plus 1. We take the derivative of a series the same way we take a normal derivative. So we bring the power down. So it's negative 1 to the n times n plus 1. And then if we take away 1 from the power, my new power is n times n plus 1. Okay, these guys would cancel out. So my answer for my derivative would be negative 1 to the n, x to the n. Okay, and we're testing that from negative 1 to positive 1. Okay, so clearly if I plug in negative 1, I have negative 1 to the n times negative 1 to the n, okay, which is going to give me positive 1. Okay, that's going to diverge. Okay, so that's going to give me a parentheses. If I plug in positive 1, I'm going to have negative 1 to the n times positive 1 to the n, which is going to just give me negative 1 to the n. That's also going to diverge. So my derivative here will, in fact, diverge on both endpoints. Okay, now let's find the antiderivative. So let's rewrite the original problem. Negative 1 to the n, x to the n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. When we find an antiderivative, we add 1 to the power, so we have x to the n plus 2, and then we're dividing by that new power. Everything else in the problem stays the same. Okay, and now we plug in our endpoints. So my endpoints are negative 1, positive 1. Okay, if I plug in positive 1, I have negative 1 to the n all over n plus 1, n plus 2. Because 1 to any power is just 1. Okay, so this is an alternating harmonic, but my power on the bottom is now n squared. So if I take the absolute value of this thing, I'm going to end up with 1 over n plus 1, n plus 2, which is a p series with a power greater than 1. So this will converge. If I plug in negative 1, I get negative 1 to the n times negative 1 to the n, which is going to give me a positive 1 over n plus 1, n plus 2. So these are going to go away, and I'm going to have 1 over, again, a p series, which is going to converge. So this will also converge. So my antiderivative, or my integral, will in fact converge. Okay, so you'll see the original series up here had 1 of each. My derivative, both of them diverged. My integral, both of them converged. Okay, the antiderivative, derivative, and original will take some practice, but hopefully you understand the fundamental concept of the original